Let's start this video off with an amazing show. Check that out. This is a platform that is 140 times the build plot that self-assembles in the back of your build. It's done with rods. It causes no lag to anybody, as many people have attested to that I've been in public servers with. They can watch it on their cell phone and it sets up with zero lag. It's still wobbling, and it does this for a few minutes. This is the downside to it. It does take a little while for it to stabilize. Eventually, it just stops wobbling. It all gets ironed out, and the rods are basically shortening to their minimum length, which is a length of 2. That's what it's doing right now. It's just kind of stabilizing. I give this a minute, and then I'm going to drive up there, and I'm going to check to make sure it's stable, and I'm going to drive around and show you a few things about it. Then I'll reload it, and I'll show you the entire thing without any invisibility turned on, and I'll show you how it works. And let's get to that. Okay, I'm at the far end of it right now, and you can see by looking at my feet that there is just a little bit of conveyor effect still left over here. And you can see that these blocks aren't quite matched up just right. It's all run by rods, and eventually they would smooth themselves out. If I waited a few more minutes, then we'd get there. So right now I anchored the entire thing. Oh, here's my new car, by the way. I built that the other day, kind of just for this, just to have something new to show off in the video. It's really not about the car, but the car turned out really nice, and I'll show you about that too. In fact, let's do this right now. I wanted to first jump up here right in the center somewhere and show you the perspective. So here's the 140 build area worth of space, and you can see kind of the perspective of what that looks like. I've souped up my wings, so I'm flying really high really fast here, but let me get back down, and then I will turn the entire thing visible and show you all about everything that's going on here. Hey, there you go. You can see my protection blocks from here. Sorry about all the interference. That is just that's just a deal with the color difference between this block right here and the block that's sitting right on top of it inside of it. And that was on purpose. That gives the these blocks here are too thick, and that allows the pieces right here, these rods with a minimum length of 2, to be used just like that. So I could probably do this a little bit differently, but for right now that is working. The key here seems to be to allow a 0.2 gap between these pieces. So there is a little bit of a gap between here, and that's on purpose. It is 0.2 wide, and that makes the whole thing not crash into each other and have issues. I could probably get away with a 0.1 gap. I might go a little bit wider, and it might stabilize faster. I'm not really sure about all that. I haven't checked it all out yet. But here is the car. There's the counterweight underneath there. Ooh, it has a kickstand. That's kind of neat. I'd never done that before. Okay. Yeah, a little anti-tip mechanism right up here. And this is just a decorative, what the heck is that, a clothespin? I don't even know what that is. Of course, it's got a decorative jet here. It actually has, jets and thrusters, down-firing thrusters, forward-firing thrusters. There's another jet up there. There's another jet hidden down here in the counterweight. So it's a pretty cool vehicle. It does a good job. Oh, and it's doubled up wheels, of course. So the gold wheels on the inside, inside those are the regular wheels, and then on the outside, of course, is the candy cane wheels, and those are the back wheels. And anyway, okay, enough of that. Let me reload this thing and show you all about this big ramp thingy. And in the meantime, I'm going to run to the treasure while it's reloading. Oh no, new vehicle failure. I lost control of my seat. I can't do anything. Shut off the jets, turn on the thrust. No, I got nothing. I must have had my thruster on, and I made a right turn, and that was the end of that. But check it out. I'm still going to get to the treasure, and the build has reloaded. So back to the build area. Yes, I got my gold. That's the important thing, really. There's the stack with the transparency set to normal, and here it is with everything revealed. There you can see all the rods that interconnect the different layers. Now, this is not as complicated as it looks. It's actually not too bad. So this bottom section here, the bottom stack that I'm standing on, this stack makes up the back row essentially of all the other ones. This is kind of like the backbone of the thing. It shoots straight out behind the build area, and this block right here on top would be the farthest away from me. So it's anchored down here, right there. And then this one is tied with these to this side of the next block up. So when this rod shrinks to a length of 2, which is what it's set for right now, so the length of 2, angle limit 0, and that makes it line up vertically, and then match rotation so that it doesn't turn or anything like that, and of course collision off. So that rod shrinks down to a length of 2, and it lines up with this edge, lines up right here with a 0.2 gap between it. So it'll line up just right on this piece right here with a 0.2 gap between that and the other end down here of this block. Anyway, so it just does that over and over again, and that's how it shoots out away from the build area. And by the same respect, this cluster up here, or stack, whatever, it's the exact same thing as the bottom stack, just raised and turned 90 degrees. So all of these expand out in that direction, and they are tied to each stack here that goes vertical. Each one of those stacks is tied to one of these blocks here. So these are the ones that go out, and this one has this entire stack tied to it through this rod right here. So that one ties to this one, and this is the anchor then for this stack, just like this is the anchor for this bottom stack. So that's kind of how that works. It's really just 2 coordinates of blocks going out, and this bottom stack carries the rest of them out, and then they all kind of assemble themselves off to the right there. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I've went with 3 rods on each one of these things. They all kind of reinforce each other, just because in my testing that seemed to work best. I'm not saying that is the best. It works with a single rod as well on each block, but I've ended up with less frustrating motion out of having 3 for whatever reason. So that's what I did. Takes a lot of rods, takes a lot of plastic. Had enough of both, so just barely. I did run out of rods, that's why I didn't go farther with it. So I hope you guys got something out of that. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. And of course, you know, the coolest thing is watching this thing assemble itself. And I'm going to do it one more time. This one's ugly because it's got all the interference showing right now, so it's not quite as pretty as it was just a little bit ago. There I didn't anchor my my wing, so I'm just kind of flying up here in the air, bouncing. But that is such a cool, you know, just kind of like a beautiful thing to see. I kind of like it. I kind of like just watching it assemble. It's kind of time consuming, but it's beautiful every time. And of course, this is kind of like a pixel art canvas. I mean, I could do whatever I wanted to with colors on that. It's kind of a pain in the butt because you have to do it in the stacked form. There's no way you're going to be able to color the pixel art picture here and then make those rods as long as they were and get them back into position. There's no undoing this. Once you've unanchored it, it's on a mission and there's no going back. So you just have to reload it the next time. There were no second chances with this build. You have to do it and, you know, redo it if you mess it up. So it's all about saving often. That is very important. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching my video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel for some more stuff similar to this. Bye-bye.